means that our cameras go off, which happened a couple of times today. Typically it doesn't last long, but just so you can be aware of things like that, that there's a lot of things going on at the lodge, and yeah, sometimes that interferes with with our broadcast. So, but yeah, they are aware that our cameras are on there, so they try to minimize that, obviously. And just had a quick look, and it starts to look really nice there. So I think maybe once everything's up and running again, maybe it's time for Herman to go out and do another bits on the new style Viatella. That would be
nice. Yeah.
So, anything else that you would like to chat about, Rexen?
No, not really for sure, but I would like to thank again for all these projects that are taking place. I'm really appreciating a lot for everyone that's really making it happening. When it comes to all animals around in the area, you can all see no one to blame. If you look at the way the bush is getting thick, if we don't get anything in the drive or morning drive, please, all you have to understand, we are operating in the area where it's getting every day is getting more thick. Sometimes to spend a while with an animal, it helps, because if you want to drive around all the time, you tend to be like you don't know what you're doing. So the bush is looking good, which means the dry season, we hope for the water hole have to hold more water. If they have more water, it will means we have more animals around in the area, lions and the other stuff. But it rains very hard, yeah, the ground is very wet, but the water holes are not having enough water.
Yeah, no, maybe, but I understood also that, especially for the Gauri pen, it needs to rain in exactly the right area, because it's got a small area only from where the water actually runs into it. So the rain must fall in exactly the right spot for that one.
Yeah, it will happen. It's very humid today. I've seen leopard for my first time going in nearly inside the water, but they find an area where it's very wet, it's quite a lot of moisture and lie down there. It's more humid, it's going to be more rain coming. It can be not today, or also with your graph that you always, with your pattern, how it gets to rain into the area. I was taking more like showing how the rain rains. It can be today very more humid. It's not mean it's going to rain today. Maybe 3-4 days it rain again. So it can't be like that. Never know. So yeah, it's what I have.
It's always nice when it rains, because it really cools down everything. Because even now, well, you can't see that from where you are sitting, obviously, but it's still quite hot here. It's now close to 7:45 or something like that, but it's still quite warm. I was when I was making that fire, even though it didn't burn very bright, it was very hot. But yeah, Rexen, if then I was just like thank you, and it's good that you're back. Also maybe just I didn't mention it at the beginning, but yeah, Peter and Lieschen, they are on their leave now. They left today. They will visit the White Lion project just a little bit north from here tonight, and then tomorrow I think they'll stay with Graham and Emily, and then they're on their way to Namibia to have a nice holiday. And I think they're going to meet Peter's father there as well. He's going to spend some time with them, so I'm sure they're going to have a great time. And yeah, we hope that they enjoy themselves, and also looking forward again to having them back again in about 2 weeks from now, I guess. So Herman, if you can switch places with Rexen, or with and then Rexen will okay, Simon's going to stay behind the camera. We're not going to make it too complicated. It's always a bit of running around.
How's it, Peter?
Yeah, very good. And you?
Cool, man. Cool.
Are you cool? Well, you must be the only one there. You must be the only one.
I was drinking cold water, so I'm cool now.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, you've done something that actually was on the to-do list for a long time.
Well, I did a part of it at least.
Yeah, okay. Well, you started the process, that's for sure, eh?
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe you can tell something about that, eh?
Yeah, basically we had, for a long time, we only had the Jigga working. And we've got 2 other Land Rovers, as you may all know, the Tank and the Babaloo. And the Tank has been giving problems the last couple of weeks, maybe even months. So we decided, no, we're gonna change the second vehicle and make it the Babaloo. So I took 2 of the tires off the Tank, put it on the Babaloo, and then we pulled the Babaloo into the workshop. And the idea was then to change the water pump, because we got a new water pump. But I probably looked at the water pump longer than it took Rexen to actually fix it. So we waited until Rexen came back, and it was one afternoon's work, and the Babalu is running perfectly at the moment.
Great stuff. Yeah.
Which is great, yeah.
That's very useful, because I remember it's a long time when René was here. It must have been just before my first break, so that must have been, I don't know, September or something like that. Yeah, just middle September. We took the Babalu out just for a little game drive, but halfway through we had to stop because it was overheating, because it was boiling and stuff. And
yeah, but so, now we're used to cars overheating.
Yeah, but no, that's great to have that back. And now we must, hopefully, if we've got enough wheels, then we can have the tank running as well.
Tank running again, yeah.
Because the thing is, it's interesting always being in the bush, and it's sometimes difficult to imagine. But we're always, we've got 3 vehicles, which normally you would have, well, I guess 15 wheels. 4 on each vehicle plus 1 spare, but I think in total we have about like maybe 10 or something for the 3 of them. So especially if we got a flat or something like that, we have to get a wheel from the tank and put it on the back of the Jigga and things like that, and not all the, what do you call it, the places where the bolts and the nuts are exactly the same. So that's always a bit of a
challenge,
an interesting thing. So, but yeah, but so far we've managed. So.
But you also had a bit of a technical week. You fixed the camera on the water hole.
Yeah, I think I might have to do. It was a little bit wobbly still, the picture, but yeah, it's always. I like fixing things and fiddling things, and don't necessarily know lots about them. But so I just try to take it apart until I find something that doesn't work, and then I try to fix it and then put everything back together, and then hope that the thing still works. But that thing with the camera as well. But in the end, I found out that actually now I know what was wrong. I could have just gone to the water hole and screwed the top off, lifted it out, and replaced the one thing rather than take the whole camera off and here and hook it up. But now I know how the camera works and how it looks inside. So that's going to be very helpful next, because I have to do the other one as well. I think if the thing is, if you move the camera a little bit, especially the one on the right side now, you see that the video is not steady. It's just like you get lines in, and that's because some of the little wires inside are a bit worn, so they need to be replaced or reconditioned or whatever. So probably Monday or Tuesday I'll see if I can do the other one as well, and then see if that improves the situation. But yeah, it was quite interesting. And also what Rexon mentioned with the greenery, I drove my bakkie just all the way up there. Some people might have seen it on the camera, but the bakkie is quite high, but the grass and stuff in there was like more than knee high and this high to the bakkie. I think you can still see the tracks if you look at the cameras. Okay. But I'm sure with the weather like this, it'll grow back in no time. But yeah, that was it's always interesting to see. Also, but the first time I drove up, there was a buffalo and it was looking at me, and so that's another reason to drive up in your car and not go on foot, at least until you know what's around. Yeah, but
I was speaking to the guys on chat a bit, and they were just wondering if there's going to be a new We Learn sometimes. They're looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, definitely. But with all the things going on, technical things, and it's been off a little bit. But I'm just going to give Graham and Emily a call probably tomorrow, and then I think we'll start it either on, well, I was going to say Friday, but I might have to take a short mini break for some personal things. So I might be off on Friday and come back on Monday. But I would say at the latest by next week. Well, it depends on when we start.
Maybe you shouldn't say
soon. As soon as we can arrange it, we'll definitely start with the We Learned. I've got some ideas about some new episodes, and once everything works out with the Play TV, the British UK cable channel, then might also go back to some topics that we did before to introduce them to it, but then we'll still add something onto it, so that also for people that watched it already, there will still be something new to watch. But yeah, no, I look forward to it. But it's one of those things that, yeah, if you don't plan it fixed, then it always seems to slide behind, which is a pity in a way. But no, it's definitely on the cards soon. Can't say when, but soon.
Yeah, I'm also this week. Hopefully, I'll also be getting a bit out again. It's about time. About the whole Babalu expedition and getting everything up and running again. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that as well. I'm going to spend some time on that.
So that's why you couldn't do it. You had to film it. That's
the reason.
Yes.
The reason.
Now we thought that you didn't know how to, but it was because you had to film it.
I know everything about cars.
I saw the big Land Rover manual on the workshop.